Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac weather. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius joy, and I am so grateful to be back in front of you. We are in the sun in Scorpio, and today, Step 18, I act, I am, rules the day. Pardon my absence, friends. I have been learning my own special lessons. I think over the weekend, everyone had to come to a realization. I think my realization was that my computer is too old for this high-tech production. And it just goes to show you how we push things. We try to move things and get more out of what we have. And this is that time with the sun in Scorpio, especially now in a couple days here, to make some hard decisions, as in we wish it was one way, but we don't, we have no alternative at this point, and perhaps that's why things haven't always been the way we want them to be. So today we are actually acting on our loving decisions of ourselves. We want to put those decisions into action. This is still chapter 2 of Sun in Scorpio, so this is us practicing our mastery. So don't worry about mastering yet. Don't worry about getting everything right yet. But be willing to make some serious decisions in your life about where your emotional limits are and act on them. That's what this Monday show is. So I made a decision that no matter what the technology was doing, I was going to keep trying. But I will say, folks, that I'm in my heart and doing my best to show up. But right now I'm being taught something about foundation and my computer stability. So if I'm ever gone a day or two, I will be back. Please know that. And just do a search on YouTube. There's 17,000 videos there. I ain't stopping now. But let's first talk now about our phrase of the day. It's indeed time to tame our brain. I am open and ready to act on all loving decisions. I am open and ready to act on all loving decisions. That means if you have something come across your life today like a solution, and someone goes, hey, would you like to do this or like to do that? Which I want to. You don't have time to think in that moment as to whether or not it's right for you. You have to really ask yourself in that moment, is this a loving decision for me? And if the answer is yes, you act on it. And you act on it because you set your brain up to tell you to do that at that moment with, I am open and ready to act on all loving decisions. And by loving, I mean decisions that will bring more love into your life, more support into your life, more sunshine into your life. Those are loving decisions, but they're not always the most popular ones, unfortunately. Today, the serious step of the day is Step 18. It's my anti-birthday today. The sun is directly 180 degrees from my natural sun in Taurus. So this is why I'm like, my computer is my foundation of my business, and it's being rocked today. And for you all, this is a day of taking action when it comes to drawing lines, especially with the low-hanging fruit. If you know and have already decided, do it today. There's a chance that that fruit is in the way of seeing the next fruit. Now, adding a lot of energy to the day is the moon in Cancer, and I'm going to talk about in Planet Soup how it's trined into a water grand trine. So we are emotionally maturing in the next 36 hours in a very rapid way. Tonight's sky does show that there will be a late night energy boost, so around 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is around bedtime, you should feel a spike in emotional energy. Sometimes this turns into anxiety. That's why I'm telling you. And so know that you have a big wave coming tonight. Allows you to ride a bit more and not kind of panic. You're just picking up on the vibrations of the earth, which at 9 p.m. Eastern will be a little intense. Let's take a look at today's planets, chakras. I'm just glad the system is working. First of all, we are manifesting. So being at Step 18, everything is grounded with I manifest. You have to get to an I love and I trust point before you can bring in anything into your life. So make sure you get your 10 solid, because it's hard to read your gut if it's a loving decision, things like that, if your 10 isn't solid. So it's I love and I trust myself in my life, and get to where you really spiritually, consciously believe that. Now, the Grand Trine is going through our third chakra, so your stomach might be upset today. And the thing to do is to let it go and let it flow, to really be there for your own emotions, and to nurture emotions on a baby level, and baby yourself through whatever for the awareness to open up. And then lastly, this is the sun in Scorpio. So what we are at the end of the day deciding is what we open to or what we're closed to. Simple black-white reality. So this does happen through the throat chakra, and most opening and closings of business, jobs, marriages happens through the throat. You say it and it's gone. So recognize that we are basically still consciously choosing what is best to be in our inner circle and what isn't. And that's behaviors, people, lifestyles, practices, expenditures, etc. So let's look at planet soup. What does God have up in the stars for us today? Well, the sun is at 18 degrees Scorpio, which is adding up to a 9. So 1 plus 8 equals 9. That's I act. So you basically act on what your decisions are. But right now we're kind of in a super manifestation point because the sun, Venus, and Saturn are all working together. Saturn is focusing on our future, where we want to be and what's responsible for us. Venus is saying, let's do it now, do it now, do it now. So we tend to have instant solution come in once our boundaries are clear. And that's what the sun is doing. Our heart is saying, hey, where are our boundaries? Once our boundaries are clear in Scorpio, then Venus takes over. But we have to also be looking to the future because we certainly don't want to be in the high intensity waves we have been in up until now, right? Adding even more, today Mars is dead conjuncting Pluto, which means that we are now officially putting into action the new inner constitution. When I mean new, I mean the one that we basically worked on for 6 months while Pluto was in retrograde. Pluto is now direct at step 11, and with Mars crossing Pluto, it is now time to enforce and move on new rules. So if you made a rule that said, hey, I'm going to put myself first, you're out of time, you have to do it. And that might be why my computer keeps breaking down. I mean, I always think I'm doing a good job, but see, Pluto is so absolute, and it's the ruler of Scorpio. So it's poetic that Mars is crossing Pluto today, and it's putting a lot of ego energy on closing those doors. Thank goddess, though, Pluto does allow you to let go and let things die, and that's the point. It's all recycled into God consciousness and remanifests. Now, Mercury is also focused on step 3, and as a result of Scorpio. And so our thoughts are on where the line is as well. In fact, I just realized that graphic needs to include Mercury. There's a new party in town. He's added to the focus. So we are thinking about boundaries on the low end, executing boundaries in the mid-range, and projecting boundaries in the future. And when all the planets add up like this so intensely, that's when you truly change your life and things truly happen. Now, the moon is in Cancer, and so emotions are pure. I think I would say we feel everything when the moon is in Cancer. There's the grand trine I was looking for. And then this is the grand trine. As the moon is in the early degrees of Cancer, it's actually going to trine into Mercury, so our thoughts about boundaries, and then Neptune, which is God broadcasting. So what you want to do today is listen. You want to put that mind on listening to your feelings. And when you listen to your feelings, you're going to actually also get intuitive suggestions. The intuitive suggestions will come probably from a compassionate perspective. So whenever I am more compassionate to myself, less judgmental, and that's the key. You can't judge yourself at all if you want the solution to come in. You have to be like, it's okay, I totally screwed up, it's okay, everything's okay. I'm totally off the hook, I will never judge myself, it's okay. And it's not easy to hold that space inside of yourself because the mind actually likes to judge things. It's fun, like crossword puzzles. So you have to actually turn off something that you kind of have fun doing to get everything flowing. And the flow is it's okay. And to just listen to what's going on inside. And that takes us to the Sensei Sunrise. Today, Step 18 rules the day. That's I love 1, 8 decisions. And that leads to 9. All right? And so, in essence, we have already made decisions. And these decisions may not be what you think they are. In essence, the decisions have to do with your emotional limits. So, for instance, for me, it has to do with my emotion. When my computer breaks down and I feel bad that I can't be there and yada, yada, yada. And, it's not about the computer. It's actually about what I will tolerate emotionally inside of myself and what will I tolerate right now and what do I endure to tolerate in the future. And what I decided over the weekend is, here's the thing, I do not want to feel like this anymore. So it's time to do something and try things. So this is the proficient part of the transit, and that's how it leads up to 9. When you have a love and trust foundation, and you have decisions in place, which means I've been back and forth over this for the last 6 weeks. It's not the moon, it's not the planets. I've got an old computer and no resources, right? It's always no resources. We got to change that. Why is that? Well, in essence, even if it's new computers a solution or not, or whatever our solutions are, it's the decision to feel better that actually is the most powerful manifestation. And if your mind knew what it was, you'd have it. So you have to focus on the feelings ultimately, and that leads to a powerful 9. And you know, we talk about 9s. 9 is almost there, right? There's this almost there energy in 9. We all feel that energy in 9. But when you have the love and trust and the decisions in place, then this will actually get you out and into, like, bursting into new opportunities, new solutions, above the water for a minute. So again, I just want to put it out there. Love, trust, you have decisions. And then if it's a loving decision, if it's something that will make your life better, if it's worth trying, then definitely take advantage of this 9 energy and go for it today if you have those things in place. And oh my goddess, I'll be right back after this. Are you wondering why you can't get her attention? Tired of dating your mother? Have you ever wondered why you're always cheating? How come girls always call you their friend? How do you get her to say yes? Introducing Secrets of Birthday, the Love and Lust Report. You send us your date of birth. We cut together a special video all around you. You'll see the patterns in your love life right away. So if you're interested in knowing all the little sexy secrets about you, come on down to secretsofbirthdays.com. And here we are in the Soulmart Trading Shop. The Secrets of Birthdays Love and Lust reports are just $19.95 and will describe how you are in love as well as what you normally attract. So take a look. Come on down to secretsofbirthdays.com for more information. And if you join our email list, that's the best way to stay connected to me, especially when things get a little rocky. If you're on my email list, I'll always email out when things are up and running. And I thank you in advance for subscribing. Also, I'm not too proud to say I would accept and receive any help from people. We're trying to grow here and put out the light, but damn it, it's really hard without resources. So if you have a computer or something like that, anything like that, I have to accept and receive wherever the universe wants to help. So there is a tip jar right off the soulmart.me page. And if you would like to invest in yourself, well, this is the best time. Buy a 1-hour reading with me right now, and you get a free 30-minute follow-up. I've been meeting brand new clients in the last 2 weeks. It's been so refreshing to hear different people's stories, and quite often they say they have waited a long time for the reading. So I guess I'm a fine wine. But you should experience it for yourself at soulmart.me. And that brings us to today's gong. So with the Grand Trine in water, today is really about releasing old emotions that hold us up a little bit and redirecting our emotional flow in the positive direction. And that's what the boundary of Scorpio is. And with all the emotion going today, the real boundary is with feelings, right? And where we draw our boundaries with our feelings. And I think because we are transforming ourselves so deeply right now, like for myself, I know my frustration with wanting things to happen goes all the way down to the mid-'80s when my family was getting divorced, and life has been an emotional struggle since. And so it's time to draw boundaries that end those types of emotional patterns. And today, if you can't change the conditions that put you in that situation, okay, the spiritual lesson is to let it go and let it flow, to protect your feelings and to row the boat as necessary with the I act energy to get yourself into feeling good and not feeling like you're going over a waterfall all the time, right? So I have this one piece of advice to add to it. It's okay. I have found in my spiritual study that compassion is basically the lubricant of the universe. It is the timeout. When we have to say to ourselves, it's okay, in order to free ourselves from the judgments we make about ourselves. And we get caught up in our emotions because we're caught up in our judgment, or should we, you know what? Here's how you end the whole conversation inside your head. It's okay. I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. It's okay. I don't know if I can be on the air tomorrow. It's okay. I don't know if she's going to like me. It's okay. Do I have enough? It's okay. So every time your mind asks these questions of doom, you take the power right out of the smartass and you say, it's okay. It takes a lot of practice and it's not easy. But self-compassion, I think, is extremely important right now because with Saturn and the Sun and Venus and Scorpio, we are cutting very deep emotional patterns. It doesn't feel good. It's tough. Nobody understands but you, and that's why it's okay. It's okay. It's not easy to be Jesus. It's not easy to be you. And I always say it's not easy to be Jesus because I think Jesus is the first person who said, it's okay. And for nearly 2,000 years, we still aren't going with that suggestion, the compassion and loving yourself unconditionally. So today, no matter what the trouble is, it's okay. It's okay. Make it okay so that you can float by and you can have the solution come to you as well. Well, my friends, normally I do the Zodiac weather here, but my computer just won't have it. And I know there's lots of graphics and stuff, but my heart is a filmmaker and a TV maker, so I need to find a solution that allows me to present in the full, beautiful HD of my vision. In the meantime, I just want to say I would like to be here tomorrow, but if I can't, it's okay. But I will work through this. This is my emotional foundation and my anti-birthday, and hope to see you very soon. And if not, remember, just keep floating on. It's okay. I love you, and live, love, be. This is just so ironic. So